Hello traders out there in Traderland, D7 here with Grok Trade, and on Friday the markets went boom to the upside. Let's take a look here at the markets as a whole. Everybody on Friday doing exceptionally well. If you look here, you'll see that small caps are up 1.8%. I'm just a really strong move across the board. Gold and silver split. VIX really low. We're below 20. We're actually at the time of this video below 19. Bitcoin at 55,000 at the time of this video. All right, take a look here. We continue in the big rising wedge. If you look here at the MACD centered oscillator, we have a big bearish divergence while we're going higher here in this trend. But the problem is we are slowing down. Last two trading sessions, Thursday and Friday, were on big volume. That's a plus. So what this needs to do for us to stay bullish is to get past this upper trend line. We also have to get over this red one. The red one, this is showing a slowing down of momentum. This could act as very big resistance. If we don't even reach this red line and we start to drop Monday, that's really bad news. And what's really bad news is if we go below this blue line. If we go below this blue line, we're in a lot of trouble. So, but Thursday and Friday, really big volume. We have a chance to go higher. We got to get past this red trend line. We got to get past this blue trend line to stay and remain bullish. If we stay between the two blue lines, we'll be in a rising wedge, and that is more bearish than it is bullish, especially if it stays below this red one. If it stays below this red one, it just doesn't have a lot of hope going into the future. The other thing I like to look at here are the higher time frames. This is the weekly time frame. And see how we're staying right here on this lower trend line? We're not releasing off of this lower trend line. We're staying here. I don't like that. I do like as a bull that every time we go below the trend line for the weekly, we do rally back. We go below it, we do rally back. So that's really good. The problem is each one of these candlesticks are hovering on the lower support line. That's not good. That means there's no power to get up here to the upper one. Again, it's a rising wedge on this weekly chart on the S&P 500. If we don't rally higher and go higher than this trend line, we're in a lot of trouble. This is a bearish formation, and there's no way around it. On the monthly chart, now, well, listen, we have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to round out the month. And here's our big hope. If we can stay above this trend line, okay, so in other words, we don't go lower on Tuesday or Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. If we don't go any lower than where we're at right now, that'd be really bullish. I want to see the spiders over 400. 400 is a big mark. I'd really like to see the spider get over. If we can get over 400, that'd be pretty good. And but actually, I need to see it to get higher. I need to see it to 403, 404 actually to really feel good about this. Let's take a look. Oh, and by the way, trend lines. Look how we bounce off of that trend line perfectly. This trend line's been on here forever. Do you see how we bounced right off of it on Thursday? If you draw those trend lines right, you'll go far, and that's what we teach in our training. Diamonds here, again, bounced right off this trend line. Came down, boom, straight back up. Really strong. This is the Dow. And if you look here at the NASDAQ, it's under a lot of pressure. We have lower swing highs, lower swing lows. We're in a defined downtrend, but do you see how price action is staying at the upper resistance area? That's more bullish than it is bearish. This is telling me this could be a little bull flag. Flag pull, a little flag. This could break out. If we could get above, say, 320, 324 area, that'd be really good for the Qs. If we can do that. Small caps, Russell's 2000. A lot of trouble. Rising wedge, we broke down on big volume. However, Thursday's volume was a lot of buying that came in. A huge spike in volume on the purchase. Friday, more follow through. Here's the problem. Big time resistance, a lot of moving averages. Again, daily chart on the Russell's 2000. That could spell trouble. I could see us hitting our head there and then dropping. So we're watching this area really closely, and you should be too. Financials, the banks in a nice uptrend, going up, going higher All is well. I could probably add another trend line here, actually. Let's go here to there. Perfect trend line. You do that, and you know, Thursday and Friday we bounced higher on small caps, but on lower volume. I don't like that. I would have liked to have seen bigger volume. We just didn't get it. U.S. dollar rising wedge. We're dropping here, so U.S. dollar, look for that to drop. And if you look at silver, silver is dropping, but if I were to draw another trend line, I really can't draw this one, so I'm not going to draw it, but I'm just not sure what to do with silver at this moment. In gold, it broke up over a trend line, and now it's basing. That's more bullish to me than bearish, so I do kind of like that. VIX is way low, guys, really in the complacent kind of area and heading more in that direction. Bitcoin is up, and but it broke this trend line, and now we're acting as resistance. That could break down. So something to be watching for, and that'd be a shoulder, head and shoulder, to be a head and shoulder trend reversal pattern. And so the idea here, guys, is if we look at this and it turns into a head and shoulder trend reversal pattern, thing I'll be watching for is the neckline, and that's the neckline. If we were to break down below that, that'd be pretty bearish. That'd be good for me because I'm looking for another place to buy more Bitcoin. So if this were to break down, I'd really like to get down around 30,000 before I could get back in. I don't know if I'll be that lucky to be able to buy more of this. So that is, you know, let me do this. I'll quickly do this. I'm going to go over here to the weekly chart, and show you a couple things. This is the diamonds. We're above this trend line. This is what we need to see. Above the trend line, that's pretty bullish. NASDAQ, if you look here, we're below the trend line. It's really bearish. I'm not liking that. Small caps on the weekly chart, we broke the trend line. We did break this. Now, this is problematic, guys. Support here on the Russell's 2000. Support. We broke down below it. That shows relative weakness. Not liking it. Financials up. Financials are doing very well. I'm okay with that. Silver is doing nothing, chopping sideways. Gold is trying to fight with the trend line. We got down below it. Now it's acting as resistance. You can see it right there. So gold's telling me it could be in a lot of trouble if we can't blast up through there. We need to be able to do that. And Bitcoin is just up. As long as it is above this trend line, we're well there. But again, guys, I cannot stress enough that when it comes to the monthly chart, we only have 3 days left to the monthly chart. And with those 3 days, if we got to stay above that trend line on this S&P, the diamonds, we got to stay above the trend line on here. We got 3 days to stay above that. If Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are bearish, that'd be bad news, guys. Bad news. Qs are already on the wrong side. We're already below the trend line. Not good. Small caps, reversal pattern. That's a spinning top reversal pattern after an extended run. That means we should see a reversal take place. Financials are up. Everything looks well. U.S. dollar broke out of a trend line on the monthly. If the month stays bullish, that means U.S. dollar on a monthly chart should start to rally higher. However, 3 days it has to close down below it. But let's see if it can. Silver broke down big time. Next 3 days is really important. It's got to rally back. We got to see silver and gold rally back in 3 days. But definitely silver right now. If it does not get above that, that's going to be broken and bad news. Gold already broke it last month. This month is just, suffering the consequences of doing so. And Bitcoin is just up and away. About time, good place to be taking some profits. But I'm buying and holding. And for you guys that are part of cryptocurrency, I'm hodling. There it is. So let's wrap this up. I'll share this with everybody. I have advanced in my profession in the finance world. The last few weeks, I have been creating a hedge fund. So I do have a hedge fund. And I'll be moving to Florida to run that hedge fund. Very exciting because it's algo driven. It's an algorithm that I developed. And we have a lot of people jumping on board. We're turning a lot of heads. This is something that has me really excited. And I don't know if you can see it on me. I have been working nonstop to launch this business. Launching it takes a lot of energy. It takes 80% of the fuel to get the shuttle to, rise up, to blast off, to get into orbit. And we don't use shuttles anymore, but anyway. Same with launching a business, 80%. So man, day and night, I'm at the grind. We have the office. We have our first hire for an employee. Still going to be looking for other hedge fund managers and those who can also code in Python. So that I'm kind of looking for some math guys, stat guys, individuals who are physics, highly intelligent, and those individuals who have papers and have done some great write-ups, and you have an affinity for finance. So those are individuals I'll be looking for. We are just getting started. I won't be disclosing the name of the hedge fund yet, but I just want to let you guys know that is coming. It's happening. And I can't publicly promote it or talk about it, so you won't hear me promoting this at all. It's not within the rules. So that's something, but I just wanted to let everybody know that's what I've been working on diligently and very hard. And speaking of that, the team that we have built here at Grok Trade, they're just second to none. Mark the Meerkat, are you kidding me? And hedge fund manager, 14 years experience, Romulus. Are you kidding me? These are the only people in the world I would trust with my own money. And we are fortunate enough here at Grok Trade to have them be available to teach people. If you are blessed enough to have the ability to sit under Mark the Meerkat or Romulus, you just do not want to miss that opportunity. Very few people that you will ever be in contact with that intimately, that closely, will have the trading experience that these two men have. So I just don't want that to be lost on people. If you're fortunate enough to sit under them, to be mentored by them, be trained by them, you will go far. What we go through and what we train in risk mitigation, the concepts you'll learn in money management, the concepts you'll learn in risk management, it will separate you from everybody else you're out there trading with. Do you realize when you're out there in the markets that it is a dog-eat-dog world? Only the strong survive. It is those that have the specialized knowledge that will surpass those who do not. The people who do not have the specialized knowledge in trading will in fact give up their trading portfolios, their money that they worked hard for those individuals who have the specialized knowledge and skill sets to do so. Be really careful jumping into the market. Be really sure this is something you want to do, because there are killers out there. And I would like to think we're creating those killers. If you are going to be in the markets and you're going to go do this, you're going to take that gamble. Especially if you're going to take that gamble with your 401k, your IRA, your retirement. If you're going to do that, then you need risk mitigation. Start with investing in yourself first. You have to be ready for these markets. You try to do it yourself, it'd be like think about your child needing heart transplant, and you think you could do it yourself because you watch YouTube videos. You think you could do it yourself because you read some books, you took some seminars. It is not worth doing. If you're going to do heart surgery, even on your dog, make sure you have the requisite education to do so. If not, stay out of the way. Let professionals do it. You'll have your head handed to you. I promise you that. So my algorithm is up quite a bit in the last 9 months that I've been live trading it in the IRA, individual retirement account. It has excited me enough to be able to say, I should increase my portfolio of businesses and have a hedge fund. I threw my hat over the fence, and that's where I'm going to be spending the rest of my days, is in this hedge fund. Staying with Grok Trade, of course. That's my education company. I have an affinity. I have a passion for people who want to learn, because I went through it too. I wanted to learn, blew through 2 accounts. Finally said, you know what? I better go get some training through a mentor, or I need to stop this really expensive hobby I have. I think my wife would agree with me on that. Dropped $21,000 through a group called Teach Me to Trade. They're not around anymore. They had a mentor program. That's what I did. When I realized that all their seminars I went through didn't help me. All it did was confuse me. Every book I read conflicted with the other book, and it become a cluster of information. I needed a way to take all that information and assimilate that information. And yeah, that's what I did. I thought it helped me so much. I said, let's have a company and let's not do seminars. Let's not write books, because that stuff didn't help me. What helped me was a mentor. And I thought, how could I find the best mentors in the world? I found them, and they're with me. I'm sure there's other ones. I do have other friends out there who are great mentors also. And you just work for other companies. You don't work for me. So, but I'll tell you, out of all the instructors, and there's only a handful of them, and I know a bunch of them, guys, when it comes to those individuals who are the real deal instructors out there today, I know a vast majority of them. There were 50 of us in the company I was with before. 50 in our group. I picked out 5 of the best out of those 50 and brought with me. And now we're down to the 2 best ones that we have right now. Mark, the Meerkat, and Romulus. Very fortunate to have them for the time that we do. Hope that you're fortunate enough to be able to sit under them and learn everything they have to offer. So that's it. You guys have a good one. Take care. Safe trading to you. We'll see you. Bye. Whoa. Let me interrupt just a quick second. There is a problem with this video. There's a problem actually with all trading videos. And actually, there's a problem with all trading videos and books. The need you have is not more information. Here's the secret. Are you ready? I have to stand up for this one. It's not about more information, more data. It's about the assimilation of that information. The fastest and most effective way for us to help you as a trader is to mentor you. And mentoring is the very thing that got me to where I am today. Click the link below. Get started and do so today.